watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Breaking now in Virginia, a deputy was shot at a Loudoun County Sheriff's Office firing range. The department is investigating it as an accidental shooting. It happened around 8:20 this morning. The Sheriff's Office says the deputy was transported to a local hospital and is in surgery. Loudoun County Sheriff's Office is continuing their investigation. We're going to have more information as it becomes available to the newsroom. Well, meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now for the latest check on the forecast. Damon, you can feel the warm-up. It's sort of like a preview to what lies ahead.
It's building, my friend. Almost fitting we wore the color red today because we're all going to be feeling the heat, if you will, as we go about the rest of the day. Just matching up those two. But yeah, folks, check it out. We do have temperatures right now that are already climbing well into the 80s at this hour. It's right at the 80-degree mark in D.C. Southern Maryland, mid-80s there across Calvert, Charles, St. Mary's counties, and it's also climbing into the middle 80s pretty quickly as you go across northern Virginia, especially south of I-66. We still have a few upper 70s to the north and west, but those are not going to hang on for very much longer as we continue this afternoon. And there it is, folks. We bumped up the temperatures a good 5 to 10 degrees yesterday, and we're about to do the same here today. Where will that put us? Well, pretty much. That means we are making the first run at 90 degrees, and some locations across the DMV will likely hit that 90-degree mark before the afternoon is done. That's pretty much the main story. We could see a couple of stray showers bubble up in all of this heat and humidity. Yes, it is starting to turn muggy as well, and that's going to be what we are tracking here over the next several days. The heat, the humidity is going to be building to a crescendo tomorrow before a cold front arrives. So how hot and humid are we expecting it to get on your Friday? And along that cold front, are we still expecting a round of scattered storms, some of which could be on the severe side? We'll have a full look at your forecasts coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Earlier today, in a unanimous decision, the U.S. Supreme Court has preserved access to the abortion pill, mifepristone, after challenges from plaintiffs who argued the pill risked pregnant women's safety. This was the first major abortion ruling since Roe v. Wade was struck down in 2022. The court ruled unanimously that a group of doctors and medical associations opposed to abortion rights did not have the right to sue the FDA to stop the pill's distribution. The plaintiffs argued the FDA inappropriately relaxed rules for the drug's use in 2016 and in 2021. The court's decision did not address that claim, but rather ruled the plaintiffs simply lacked standing to bring the lawsuit in the first place. The ruling doesn't permit mifepristone's use to be challenged again, but does mean that recent steps by the FDA to make the drug more accessible will remain in place. The court still has several more major opinions to release, and that should happen by the end of the month. But the court still has several more major opinions to release, and again, we mentioned that should happen by the end of the month. An update to a story we first brought you Tuesday morning. Dramatic new video showing a Virginia state trooper hit a driver suspected to be under the influence on I-495. Take a look.
I need you to stay in the car, ma'am.
Police say trooper Sia Aziz responded to the Beltway near Little River Turnpike after a car stopped in one of the lanes. As the trooper tried to help move the car, a Jeep crashed into the tractor trailer. The Jeep spun around, and after a domino-like effect, the trooper's cruiser hit the car. This is a photo of the cruiser after it was hit, and state police say the trooper did not end up with any broken bones, but still has a long road to recovery. The driver of the car was injured and arrested for driving under the influence of drugs, and the Jeep's driver also arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. Well, police are searching for the driver in a deadly hit and run at a shopping center in Southeast. The victims were a husband and wife. The man died. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sissay has the latest.
Yeah, police say the married couple were right here off of Alabama Avenue and Naylor Road. This is where they were hit. Police said the driver fled the scene, dragging the man under his car through this parking lot and ultimately killing him. Now police and the community are begging for someone to come forward.
You should be able to walk around, walk up and down your street without having to worry about somebody running a light or a speed chase going on.
Raquel Adams walks to this bus stop near Alabama Avenue with her autistic son every day. She says it's not safe.
Sometimes the cars that are coming up the hill, they won't even stop. Or they'll act like they're stopping, but then push on the gas at the last second, and that is dangerous.
Around noon on Wednesday, police say this car, a white late model Ford Taurus, hit a married couple. The woman had non-life-threatening injuries and was taken to the hospital. As for her husband, police say the driver dragged him through the Safeway parking lot and exited around the backside of the shopping center near Denver Street. That's where police found his body. He was pronounced dead on the scene.
It's disturbing. Like, we live around here.
To the person driving this car, we want you to turn yourself in, or we want to talk to you.
For everyday pedestrians like Adams, she hopes drivers will pay better attention.
I just need everybody to work on their judgment and pay attention and be mindful of the little kids. You have a vehicle that can harm anyone.
Again, police are searching for that white late model Ford Taurus with damage in the front and on the windshield. If you have any information, you are encouraged to contact police. We're now reporting in Southeast D.C., I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Marie, thank you. New details. U.S. Capitol Police say that 8 people are facing federal charges after attempting to protest last night's congressional baseball game. Footage from Climate Defiance, an organization pushing for stronger climate policy, shows protesters jumping on the field from the stands. Police have been seen rushing in to stop them. On X, Climate Defiance said that Congress sends billions of public money to subsidize deadly fossil fuels, but the police are tackling us instead. The game is an annual face-off between Republican and Democratic congressional lawmakers, and it usually draws protest, calling attention to a cause. D.C. council members approving next year's budget with unanimous support. It now heads to Mayor Bowser's desk. Council's budget restores funding to some programs that the mayor tried to cut, like early childhood education. However, Chairman Phil Mickelson amended the council's original proposal to restore measures that the mayor wanted. This includes $500,000 toward the sports complex at RFK Stadium. It also includes over $450 million to fully fund a new correctional facility. And that includes $24 million from next year's budget and $20 million the following year. Mayor Bowser weighing in on the budget, she says that I remain greatly concerned that taken as a whole, the council's proposed budget and fiscal policies set up residents and businesses for even larger cuts to services and programs or additional tax hikes next year. Well, local educators are responding to the council's approved budget. The budget restores $70 million to Pay Equity Fund. Now, according to the Spaces in Action organization, the fund helps early childhood educators get a health care and supplemental pay. The fund totals $87 million last year. Leaders believe that they might still need to make cuts despite some council restoring some of the money.
Likelihood that there'll be some cuts in different areas because there's a shortfall of $17 million. I believe that the reason why we got this $70 million instead of it still being zeroed out is because of the efforts of the families, the educators, the providers of centers and family homes who said, no, you cannot take this away.
Organizers say they are already planning ahead the next budget session, and that is scheduled to take place in January. More Virginians are without health insurance could soon find it easier to receive free mental health help. And it comes at a time when experts say that they're searching for it. DC News Now's Northern Virginia, Max Marcella takes a closer look.
Sadia Ali Aden is hard at work at the Adams Compassionate Healthcare Network in Chantilly, where she's the executive director. Hours earlier, for the first time, she referred a patient to the Virginia Telemental Health Initiative.
You can provide all the services, as I said before, whether it's primary care or any other support, but without taking care of the mental health of these patients, they're not going to lead a holistic life.
This is where many uninsured Northern Virginians get their primary care, and now a newly expanded program can help them heal their minds, too.
If that patient still has the mental health condition that has not been addressed, they're not able to maintain a job, they cannot keep a job, or they cannot take care of themselves.
The nonprofit gets money from the state to hire supervisors for the soon-to-be licensed mental health providers to work under.
What we're doing is expediting their time to licensure by providing the supervision, and in exchange, they are providing free services to people who are in need. who are uninsured.
Those patients come from referrals from one of more than 20 free clinics across the Commonwealth, including several in our region. That number only expected to grow too as they work to break barriers and end stigma.
Many of the people, they don't want to go to the institutions where people know them because they're afraid people are going to be talking about them. And our patients are very comfortable and they feel that they're receiving the support that they deserve.
Our thanks to Max Marcel. And we're told that during the pilot portion of the program, which started at the end of 2022, it took an average of 11 days between referral and a first appointment. The program's director says that that's far below what many people are forced to wait for mental health care. And cracking down on live event ticketing got renewed focus late last month. Congressional leaders passed a bill that would require consumers to be able to see the total price up front, while the Justice Department filed a lawsuit after the Taylor Swift tour fiasco. And with all this going on, how you can best stretch your dollar getting concert tickets. Well, the House recently passed a Ticket Act requiring base costs and fees to be shared up front when looking for event tickets. Meantime, Live Nation currently dealing with a lawsuit accusing them of being a monopoly over the ticketing industry. Lawsuit saying that it should be broken up. A report from Statistica says a concert ticket last year cost $131 on average compared to $78 back in 2015. Given this, and feels like service charges, which can cost dozens of dollars more, here are 7 ways that you can save money before booking. Consider pre-sale offers. Some are actually lottery-based. Price check other platforms. Look at Ticketmaster, Live Nation, and Eventbrite, for example. And also try standing tickets. They could be cheaper than seating ones and are single tickets that are usually harder to sell. Check the box office directly and same-day tickets if they are not sold out, and event competitions for ticket sweepstakes.